Hey guys, this is Nate Voices and I'm back with another video, and today the topic I would like to discuss is how to connect. So this is a topic I am just now learning myself, but I just wanted to tell you guys about the experiences I've been having lately and what kind of downloads I've been receiving from the universe. It has been such a profound learning month this entire month. Like ever since the last part of November, like the 30th, I believe, of November and onwards till this point, and just beyond, it's just been such a learning experience. I've gone in depth with a lot of my meditations, and I'm achieving oneness with myself and, more importantly, the universe, with all of you guys. And collectively, I'm feeling myself becoming more open, becoming more in tune. But let me jump to the topic. So, how to connect. I'm learning that you have to change the way you perceive things when you want to connect with things. You have to stop using the way people have taught you to think, and you have to use your own mind, your own emotions, your own thoughts. You can't let other thoughts or other feelings get in the way of your own being, of your own state of mind, because then you get confused. You don't know if that's you or something playing tricks on you, and you have to stay grounded and balanced with what you're connecting with, or you like I said, the connection just gets lost and you just don't know what the fuck you're doing at that point. So connecting comes with the form of stillness, love, and balance. You need these three things, and of course a whole bunch of other things, but these are the three main things I know that you need in order to connect. First, you have to seek that understanding of what you're trying to connect with. Why do you want to connect with this thing or this object or this person? Why? First, you have to know your reasoning, and then you have to be balanced, because if your connection within yourself is not balanced, you will not know how to take on somebody else's energy, something else's energy. You'll get lost or confused. And the third thing slipped my mind, but you guys know what I'm trying to say, basically. So I'm just going to talk about a bit about my experience, so then we can make sense of this whole thing. So about 3 weeks ago or so, I was sitting in my room, and I had decided, I did my meditation a little bit different that day. So I had decided that instead of me putting a blanket down, why not just sit on the floor and just really immerse myself on the floor, you know? And I was like, okay, fine, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do something a little bit different today. And through that one action, something great happened. Something very profound, deep happened. So, as I'm getting into this meditation, I'm putting on the frequency, I'm stilling myself, getting in tune with myself. I noticed that the energy from the tip of my head vibrates all the way down my body, all the way until it gets to my anus. And from that point, it was like pulsating. It was all this energy coming into my anus, which is just the root chakra. It's located in the genital area. So anyways, that area starts, pumping all of a sudden, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, what the fuck is my, what is that? What's going on right there? So I get a little bit thrown off, but I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna keep going into my meditation. I'm not gonna let my body distract me from achieving this state. So I keep going with the flow of the meditation, and all of a sudden, I start to feel all these things. And when I say all these things, I'm feeling everything around me. But I'm gonna take it from the step one. So as I'm in this meditation, every breath I took was a breath much bigger than myself. It was like I was breathing for the whole entire world, and I'm like, and this breath, my lungs just felt so full and just so gigantic. I have never taken in so much air as I did that day. It was just 444 when I looked up, but I had never taken in so much air like I have when I meditated. And my lungs expanded at its full 100% capacity. And when I exhaled, it's like the breath itself was being poured into something. And as I'm like, my eyes are closed and I'm breathing, I start to get these colors start coming into my mind, colors I don't have a name for. I see blues, greens, reds, purples, those kind of colors. And as I'm breathing, I start to feel the vibration of my house. I start to feel every tiny movement someone's taking a step in my house. I start to feel the dishes being set in the sink. I start to feel the road outside, like the road from my house, to the road is like a whole block down. That's far. That's like 500 feet away from me, about 500 feet away from me. But yet and still, I'm feeling every car on the road, every bug in the grass. I can visualize these things. I'm seeing these things, these images flickering in my third eye, flickering in my mind. And as I'm in this meditation, I still have my eyes closed. My eyes aren't even open. And yet I could feel all these things, and then too, as I'm meditating and all this energy is being poured and pumped into me, I start to feel my body mold into something. And up until that point, I just got scared. I snapped out of my meditation. I was like, whoa, what happened? And I pondered on that for a long while. This was mid-beginning or mid-ending of November, so around the 18th, 19th of November or something like that. And that meditation freaked me out, and I didn't exactly understand why. And I'm like, okay, I meditated, but I was getting deep with something, and at the time I didn't understand what I was connecting with. And as time has come now, and having these conversations with my peers and my soul family and stuff like that, and my loved ones, it kind of clicked with me right in midway of the conversation, the universe just downloaded the information to me. And I realized I was connecting with Gaia, with the earth and everything in the earth, the bugs, the grass, her breath, her core. I was becoming a part of that. I was becoming a part of the earth. This is why I started to feel that molding sensation, like I was turning into something else. This is why I could breathe 100% of my breath, and why it felt much bigger than myself. This is why I felt the bugs in the grass, the vibrations in the streets, because I was becoming connected to the core of the earth. And when you connect with the earth, your root chakra becomes grounded. It connects with the core of so this is your root chakra, and this is the earth. This is you. This is your root chakra, your core, which is located around the anus and the genital area. And this is us meeting one with each other. And that's what it felt like. I was combining with something. I was solidifying with something. I became something, and I did. I became interconnected with the world around me. And how we connect is through achieving that stillness, that balance, that love, and that acceptance. And that's what I have forgotten when I was mentioning those three things. But yes, you need balance, you need love, and you need understanding. You need acceptance. You need these three things to be able to connect with things outside of yourself and inanimate objects. So for example, this phone has energy, has a life force. Yes, it does. Anything that is pulled from this earth has a consciousness. It may not be at an extremely high rate, but it is a form of consciousness. The fact that our phones could speak back to us, that is a form of consciousness. You have to have some kind of energy running through you for you to be able to respond, to be able to activate, to be able to listen to a certain voice and respond to that. You have to have some kind of brain activity, a cognitive function. And just because the objects don't look like you or appear to be within your perception that you would visualize alive things, it does not mean it's not alive or intelligent. This phone, for it to respond back to you, has to have some sort of intelligence to it. And these inanimate objects, they're the same way. They have intelligence with them, or to them, inside of them, imbued in them. They do. And you gotta, so this grass is conscious. it has some sort of consciousness to it. Of course it's decaying now, but you see what I'm saying. So every little thing, particle, atom that makes up this leaf is conscious. Okay? It's conscious. And no matter how small or large the inanimate object, it holds a consciousness. It's combined with other little atoms and particles that has made its form. Like the skin, like the little lines in your skin. That's what makes you. These are little mini cells, mini atoms that have made up your vessel, okay? And how we connect to these things is seeing past their form. It's not judging them. It's not having a critical mind to where we're trying to shape it into something else. No, we're seeing it for how it is and accepting how this object or this thing has been presented to us. We do it with understanding and love, okay? And you cannot do this unless you open up your heart, are in tune with your root, your sacral, your solar plexus, because you need a form of trust, understanding, and love and balance to connect to things. When you are trying to connect to things, oftentimes we can't reach that connection, or we get scared of it because it's something we've been denying ourselves of so long. We've been denying ourselves of love and connecting with one another. So if you try to go into meditation, or if you try to telepathically communicate with this inanimate object, you're either not going to believe it, or you're going to get scared when it does connect with you because you've been running away from it for so long, or you've been using the way other people view these things as a way of how you view them. You have to change your perception on these things. You have to be willing to let go of the old ideas, to welcome in the openness, in the intelligence, because if you can't even comprehend that you're alive, you won't be able to comprehend that anything else around you is alive. It'll go right over your head because you don't understand it. This is where I'm talking about, this understanding. It's a difference between knowing and comprehending. You can know some shit, but that doesn't mean you understand what you know. Just like we know this is a beanie, but some people don't know that this shit go on your head. Or some people don't know how to wear this shit the way it's supposed to be worn. Some niggas just put this shit on their pocket, or however they gonna go about wearing this shit, and it's just like, that's for your head. Keeps your ears warm. That's one of the purposes of it, but that's just an example. But like I'm saying, y'all, it's a difference between knowing and comprehending, okay? A lot of y'all know shit, but y'all can't comprehend what the fuck y'all just learned, And that's facts. Like, a lot of people talk out the side of their ass, but don't understand what the fuck just came out their mouth, My bad. My alarm went off. But like I'm saying, how you connect to things are important. You have to change your perception, open up your heart to connect to these things. You have to get energy pouring into your vessel to connect to these things. You have to recondition, reprogram yourself, the way you think, the way you live, the way you eat, the way you breathe. Every aspect of who you are is important in how you recondition and how you heal. You won't be able to connect unless you've healed. That's just how it is. If you try to connect with a healed body, with a wounded vessel or a wounded soul, the only thing that's going to come out of you trying to connect with this thing or person is you using it. You're going to abuse it because you don't know, you don't understand the thing you're trying to connect with. So the only thing your wounded soul or spirit is going to get out of trying to connect with this person is, how can I take or use their energy to better me? It's always going to come from a place of hurt or a certain amount of selfishness, because you haven't explored that pain, you haven't healed that pain. So now you're pushing this pain onto other people, even if it's not intentional. Okay? This is why I said it's a difference between knowing and comprehending. You can know, you can know you're in pain, but you might not want to comprehend that you're in pain. Okay? You see where everything has a push and a pull kind of effect, a cause and an effect. You have to be in balance when you're connecting with things, or the connection, like I said, just gets lost, or you get confused. And connecting with yourself and other things requires a certain amount of love, and you have to get comfortable with the love that you're receiving and giving to these objects. Because these objects, all of them, all these things, these inanimate objects, whatever you want to call them, they have a consciousness. They do. They're just in a different form, and they're expressing it in a different way. This is why they tell you, you have to listen. If you want to know something, you have to listen to life, because life is beyond the physical, way beyond the physical. For it to even get to physical, you have to be you have to go through the spiritual. You have to go within spirit to get here. Everything manifests through spirit. Okay? Like an illness. You start feeling like down one day, and then all of a sudden it starts to turn into like brain fog, or you start having issues with your heart, or your back starts to hurt, because this spiritual pain is now manifesting itself into physical pain. Okay? Everything happens spiritually before it can happen physically and mentally. Okay? So I hope I explained this well enough to where you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? Connecting with self first is important for you to connect with others. If you have not connected to yourself, you cannot possibly connect or understand others, okay? You have to understand who and what you are, where you're coming from, why you act the way you act. So then you can understand why the way people act, why are they the way they are. And this is why all the shadow work and all the healing is necessary, because you won't be able to outgrow or change who you are now unless you are willing to go through that work and let go of the old you. That's all meditation is just bringing you into a stillness to where you could truly understand and comprehend the different experiences and lessons that you're going through. Okay? And I know it's difficult. It's very difficult getting yourself to a point of letting go of old ideas, because you've lived your whole life with them, or lifetimes with them. And when you're called to let them go, it's like a SpongeBob moment. It's like, what the fuck? Like, a change? What do you mean change? We gotta go about things different now? And it's just like, that shit will shake up your world. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit's gonna be like, hold on, we were here and now we here. Like, what was going on? So this is why the inner work, the self work, is necessary. Because the more you open up your mind, your soul to this, the more you expand, the more you use the percentage of your brain, the more intelligent, the more aware, the more loving and understanding you become. You become all the greater aspects of yourself, because you're willing to shed the lower aspects of who you are. To get to heaven, you must go through hell. And not physically. I don't mean that. Well, yes, it happens physically, but I don't mean like an actual, like an actual burning hell and then a kingdom of heaven, you know? No. Hell and heaven are symbolic for your state of mind, for your spirit, how you are within your vessel. So when they say you go through hell, you have to go through all these lessons in life. You have to go through all the pain. You have to go through all the suffering to know what it is like to heal, to love, to have peace. You must go through chaos to get to peace. And then you decide for yourself whichever one you want, or whichever one you will create for yourself. Will you create your beast, or will you create your God? Will you create chaos, or will you create inner peace? It's up to you to decide. You experience two sides of the coin, so you can choose which side you want to be. And it's not even a side thing. It's just choosing which energy you want to be in. But you're put through obstacles of the world because Kai, which is just earth, Kai is the rightful term of earth. Kai is a spiritual dojo. She's here to make or break you. They're here to make or break you. I use these terms interchangeably, she and they. But because the Kai has both feminine and masculine aspects, okay? But I just use she and they interchangeably. But anyway, Kai is here to make or break you. And whether you ascend or descend is up to you. Because you get to choose who you want to be. At the end of the day, you were given free will. Yes, this place is a structured simulation, but you get to choose whether you're going to be beyond the simulation or of it. Okay? You have a choice in all things. Okay? And anybody telling you different, they lying to you, definitely, because you do have a choice. You are gifted with intuition for a reason. You're gifted with morals for a reason. Morals, emotions. You're gifted with energy and motion for a reason. You're gifted with all these mechanics for a reason, because they help guide you into which direction you should be going in. And you get to choose if you want to follow that direction or not. But I hope this brought you guys to greater understanding of what connection means and how to go about doing these things. Because connection, it requires a lot of work to even trust what you're connecting with, and not to be afraid of that. You have to get rid of all the program that's been installed in you by parents, by siblings, by significant others, by TV. You have to get rid of all the external distractions and focus on yourself internally. What do you feel about it? What do you think about it? What is your experience on it? And once you develop more of your connection with yourself, you can develop it with others, okay? This just is how the world works. This is how you work. You want to change and be the best you can be, you have to put in that work. You can't sit on your ass. Spirituality or however, whatever you want to call it, is not religion. You can't sit there and keep on, oh, I'm gonna meditate and it'll all go away, or I'm gonna sit down and just not do anything, I'm gonna just pray for peace, I'm gonna just do this. And it's just like, but yeah, but you also, it's two sides of everything. Like I said, it's duality in all things. You have to put in that work to receive what you are asking for. What you are asking, you have to be worthy of that vibration, of that whatever you're asking for. And you have to believe and have faith that you are worthy of this, that this is something you want to receive. And then when you ask that, the universe puts you through a series of tests to see if you are worthy of this thing that you asked them for. Okay? But that is all I have for you, my dears, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Oh, also wait, before I go, I just want to let you guys know that I will be dropping in the description below my Wattpad link, and yeah, and you guys know I'm a writer. I'm an aspiring writer. So if you guys want to hear, you know, some fantasy, action, erotic, dramatic, romance-packed books, I will definitely drop my link below, and you guys give it a read. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.